Hi, my name's Becca. Welcome to my video series, Everyday English Every Day. Today, we're talking about box breathing. We're going to listen to a conversation I had with my friend Virginia from Virginia Marie Yoga. Check her out on Facebook. We're going to talk about enjoying the small moments in life. And for a little more, we're going to look at two idioms that relate to happiness, to being happy. Subscribe to my channel, give my videos a like. If you have any questions, ask in the comments below. Use some of the new vocabularies, some of the new phrases in your own sentences. If you add them to the comments, I can review them for you. All right, so I had a conversation with my friend Virginia, who teaches yoga here at Playa Tamarindo in Costa Rica. And she talks about one of her favorite breaths, I guess, box breathing, and it happens to be one of my favorites too. So while we're listening to the conversation, I want you guys to pick out these phrases, okay? So let's practice them together. Repeat after me. To breathe in, to breathe out. Inhale for the count of, hold a full lung. Exhale for a count of, hold an empty lung. Evolve it. My brain triggers. Relish in the spaces in between. All right, let's listen to the conversation I had with Virginia. And remember, after you hear the phrases, pause the video and repeat them again. Repetition is super important in language learning.
What about breathing for you in yoga? Like, how have you used breathing in the past? Or what do you think is your favorite or anything, really?
So obviously with yoga, breathing is super important. And there are a couple of different techniques. When teaching a class, oftentimes the teaching of pranayama is either at the beginning or at the end of a class. Mm-hmm. It's used to either prep for the movement, the asana practice, or it's used at the end. The asana practice has been used to get all of the energy aligned so that the pranayama can have a really good effect. And because when you're doing a vinyasa yoga class, it's just making sure that you breathe in, making sure that you breathe out. And but there's infinite numbers of ways to breathe in different types of pranayama. My favorite pranayama is called box breathing or Samvrita pranayama, and it's just an inhale for the count of 4, and then you hold a full lung for the count of 4, and then you exhale for a count of 4, and then you hold an empty lung for the count of 4. And we do it in 4 cycles in a class, but you could do it if you're practicing. You can do it as many times as you want to, and you can also evolve it to have it be 5, count of 5, count of 6, count of 7 as your lung capacity.
I've started doing that with my meditations, and I do usually do 6 right now of that with my meditations. I've been into like eco meditations along with the healing code. Have you ever heard of?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Yeah. I've been doing that, but I like doing that. I feel good when I do that, and I start to feel really cool effects when I'm holding my breath too. Even when I do it for a short time like that, my brain like triggers and goes into like as if I was holding my breath longer with like Wim Hof breathing. Like it's already automatic in my breath kind of thing. Yeah, like it can.
What I really love about the box breathing is that it reminds me to relish in the spaces in between. That so oftentimes in a yoga practice, you move into a posture and you move out of a posture, and oftentimes you forget the transitions in between the postures are just as important as the shapes themselves, how you enter into something, how you exit out of something. And then you can take that off of your mat and remember that the soft moments in between, really good things that happen to you, really bad things that happen to you, that all of these, what we feel are just mundane moments moments throughout our day, that those are just as important as the day that we got married, or the day we had a baby, or the day that we finalized our divorce. Whatever those big moments are, our life is always so full of these small moments, and oftentimes how we feel about our life as a whole is colored by how we feel about all of these small moments in between. So that's why I like box breathing, to remind myself to remember that there are soft spaces in between.
Right. So you're really, it's the whole process again, right? It's that, and taking the time to go into something is just as important. I like that. I like that a lot.
All right. So when we breathe in, we inhale. They're synonyms. And to breathe out is to exhale. When you inhale for the count of, that means you inhale for a certain amount of time. I inhaled for 3, right? For the count of 3, for the count of 5. When you hold a full lung, that means you inhale and then you just hold it. You don't breathe. Right? I held it and now I'm going to exhale. Now I'm going to hold it again for 3, empty lung. All right, so remember, the empty lung has no air in it. A full lung is full of air. The lung is our organ in our body. All right, let's look at these phrases a little more. But before we do that, remember, so this is how it goes. We'll do it for counts of 3. All right, follow me. All right, and you do that over and over for as many counts as you want. All right, so I said, when my brain like triggers and goes into as if I was holding my breath longer with Wim Hof breathing. When I'm talking about trigger, I mean to cause an event or situation to happen or exist. So when I do this box breathing, it brings my brain back to when I do my Wim Hof breathing in the morning. If you don't know what this is, check out the description. There's a link for the playlist of all of my Wim Hof method videos. Check them out. They're awesome because Wim Hof is awesome, I think, and I love the method he uses. So when I do this little box breathing, it gives me like a state of euphoria almost, like I get some tingling going on, right? I get like a sensation in my brain as if I was in a meditation. So we can also use trigger like this. That comment triggered his anger. He started yelling. The smoke triggered the alarm to go off, like the fire alarm. Eating dairy triggers his headaches, right? When he eats products with milk, he gets headaches. Eating these products cause his headaches. Virginia says, what I like about the box breathing is that it reminds me to relish in the spaces in between. So when you relish something, you greatly enjoy it. The transitions into the postures, when talking about yoga, are just as important as the shapes themselves. So really, you know, we're giving priority to not just being in the posture, but also the time it takes to get in and out. Those transitions are important in yoga and like in life. The soft moments in between, the good things that happen to you, the bad things that happen to you, the daily things that happen, they're all important, right? When we have bad things happen, we need to grow with them, right? We learn something from them so we can expand. The mundane moments are just as important as the day we got married, or the day we had a baby, or the day we finalized our divorce, whatever those big moments are, right? Something that's mundane is lacking interest or excitement. It's kind of like boring. It's kind of like everyday things that just we don't always consider to be important. But that's what makes up our life, right? All of those little moments. So our focus needs to be on enjoying all of that. Enjoy every moment, right? Our life is always full of so full of these small moments. And oftentimes, how we feel about our life as a whole is colored by how we feel about these small moments in between. So, really, we need to be present and be in the now, right? That's what it reminds us. All right, for a little more, let's check out some idioms. Have a ball. When you have a ball, you have a very enjoyable time, a good time. I had a ball on vacation. Have the time of your life. Also, to enjoy yourself very much. I had the time of my life on vacation. I had a ball when I went to Virginia's yoga class, right? We could say. So, when was the last time you had a ball? Use the expression below in the comments and tell me about it. All right, guys, be sure to like my video, subscribe to my channel. I post new videos on Mondays and Wednesdays. Add comments, I can review them for you. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Continue growing and expanding. Bye-bye, guys.